Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and hey guys, welcome to another week's episode of EFP Eat Fruit Pod. And I'm so happy to be able to speak with you guys today and just hang out, vibe out, eat fruit, and mind your business. Yeah, dig? So I'm your girl Kay.
I'm your girl Killer. 4 A's to you.
So with that being said, Mercury is retrograding or something, Killer, but things are just not letting us do what we needed to do the things to do what we need to do.
Yeah, we're the things of the nature of the things, those things, all of them.
God. So yes, guys. Episode 11, season 2. It's been great. Thank you guys for all your support and feedback. Even up to today, someone tagged us in them bumping the Mango playlist, and their baby was just rocking it down. And I was like, I love this. I love this.
Like at least once a week, I need to touch back and I need to feel like the dumpling remix. I need to feel like it.
Definitely. So Kella and I have another playlist coming your way very soon. So stay tuned, but it will definitely be one for the summer vibes. Okay. Now, how was your week, Killa? I'm loving the look. I'm loving the head to toe, everything. You're just giving what needs to be given. Like,
Like I was saying to you a few days ago, it's just we just got out of a retrograde. We got into a full moon in Capricorn. The Libras have to clean their houses out because we need our blessings to fit. And I don't know. I'm good, but I don't know what it is about this particular energy shift. I kind of just feel like I'm floating. I feel less so like that today than I did yesterday, which I guess is good. I don't know. Maybe I'm just catching up to whatever's going on. I don't know. But I'm in this phase and I'm kind of just like, well, sometimes you have to slink in the bubble. No big deal. How about you?
I fucks with that. It's been like a crazy week, but it's been because I had to be working towards things that are really chasing my goals. So you guys just keep me in your prayers as always, right? But I just showing out the blessings. So just deal with stuff like that, and as well, we're always working, maintaining, growing the brand, everything like that. So it's been quite a eventful week, but in a great way. So something that was able to kind of ease my mind though. Let's get into pineapple fruit. Something that was able to ease my mind a little bit and just give me laughter and all the things was the BET Awards that went down.
Word.
And mind your business. So I didn't watch everything, but I saw some of the looks, and I like some of what people had to wear. I just feel like when it's time for Black people to come and step out, they just know how to put it together, and that is what I was appreciative of.
Honestly, I agree with you. Even touching back to the Billboard Awards, I found that when I was watching the recaps and stuff, people didn't understand the motive behind the fashion. It was always like, oh, well, I don't understand why she did this. Maybe if she paired this with this and this. And I'm like, no, she wore the cornrows with this because it's a whole cultural statement. So I totally agree with what you're putting out there. Just like that swag.
Yeah.
Something about that swag. That pimp or church person swag, whichever one.
No, I'm loving it. I like Little Nas X's outfit.
That's what I was thinking about with the Bellfoot. The Bellfoot suit, I thought that was really nice. The color looked good on him too. The high shoes that were custom underneath. I was feeling his vibe. He was giving new age hood prints, but Nas X.
Right. I love it. And for me, it's all about the performances. So I'm not even gonna hold you. Cool, the speeches, everything, but the performances. What are you coming to do? I remember that was a thing for me growing up watching the BET Awards. And what I will give them credit for is obviously it being Black Music Month and it being Pride Month. And throughout the show, I could see how they tried to be more inclusive of everyone because we can't act like gay Black people, lesbian Black people, like people in that community do not exist.
Truth.
Completely wrong. They've been there from the jump.
Right.
Giving what needs to be given. So I'm gonna start off with one of my favorite ones, Queen Latifah tribute.
That was everything it was supposed to be. Like, if any, they all deserve their plantains, but if anybody deserved their plantains and got their plantains, like got the 2 plantains and they said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Queen," and just handed her another little side saucer of plantains, just like, just in case, because we saw that you were loving those plantains, ma'am. I hope you enjoy. Nah, she got what she deserved in the best of ways. Like, it was so beautiful to see so many talented women, but also to see like little Kim kind of like, she comes in and obviously she's queen, she's mother. She just gave mother and looked at her friend and was like, "Hi, sis." You know what I mean? Like, "I see you, sis." One time.
She looked amazing. Like, and that's what I was saying. Like, okay, it started off with Rhapsody. She came out. She was looking fire. I had to go on a rabbit hole to figure out like where her outfit came from. So of course, Lisa Hilton was behind it.
Gangsterism, just OG. And
like,
you know what? She's quietly the OG of this like styling game.
She's like, I don't need you to say my name a lot, but her and June Ambrose, them 2 Black
blessings, yeah. Sending out blessings to those queens.
And also, well, no, we'll leave it there because there's new age ones as well that I will definitely like give, you know, massage to, but it's about those people that laid the foundation. When you look at Mary, when you look at Diddy, when you look at Mace, like all these things that we like
iconic looks that you guys are purchasing right now.
Misa Hilton. I feel like I should have worn earrings. Should I put on earrings? I'll put on earrings.
Why not?
I'll put on earrings. So yeah, as we're speaking.
This has been the club for the last, what, 10 weeks? Might as well. Like, come ready to the club, baby.
I was like, I'm not wearing my headphones. Let's have something like my ears feel weird. Yeah, this is definitely a summer. I'm probably gonna rock all of my piercings.
Nice.
And I think I might get another one. You wanna come with?
Sure. I'm down.
It's just
I love piercings. I don't have that many, but I love them. I think they're beautiful.
For real? You don't have, and I'm like thinking about you really don't have.
I have my ears pierced, but that's it. I don't have many piercings. Like, I don't have any tattoos. I don't really have that many piercings.
Is that like a model thing?
That's a I don't care Libra thing. You know, like when we're not out to do it, we don't really care if it happens kind of thing.
It completes it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let us know at home how
you're looking like Brat's doll night out.
But I left the earrings on or off. What is your Thanks, Killa.
Giving a little
that right there is very important. You are not a part of my circle or my friend if we can't do that right there, okay? It was like that video I posted on my personal page the other day. I love Trap Selena, based in New York. And he posted a video, like a skit, and he was like, "Friend, that's what you wearing? Okay, you comfortable in that?" Like, nah, no, we're not letting our friends leave any type of way.
I didn't see that one. I saw the one where it was just like, it was that funny girl from YouTube, and it was like, when you show your friend your outfit, and they're like, "Do you have anything else?" And she's just like, all stressed out, because she's like, "Oh God, nothing else. I got this in my bonnet, bitch. This has to work."
No, these are key conversations for the summer, but we'll get to it. My bad. We're getting distracted, right? We digress. But like, yeah. So Rhapsody's outfit. So Misa Hilton, and it was this company. It's slipping me now, but basically they got the shorts and stuff from, I think it's like Just Don. Am I saying the brand correct? But it's like a big brand, like Just Don or Don Just, something like that. And they like a lot of their collection is like ball shorts or like ball teams, but it has like the print across the front. And then this company now, more or something, but like they Swarovski crystalled like the whole shorts and the hoodie, and it just immaculate, and it was a Raptors ball shorts. So it was.
The tomboy in me was just so happy to see that.
You know what I'm saying? She looked so comfy and beautiful.
And beautiful, right? And then I'm like, but I've been saying ball shorts are gonna be my thing, yo. And she beat me to it.
Then Moni Love came out with a whole vibe. It was just so beautiful to see Queen Latifah like enjoy her flowers. Like she was having a good time.
Yeah.
And then you heard the things like and you didn't know who was gonna bust out. Then Kim said, "Here one."
Right? Basically, Kim came out and said, "I just don't want you to be confused because there's a lot of new age girls trying to say that they're the queen bee, but you best take heed. Now, shall I proceed? Yes, indeed." And she just said, "No, mine. If you ever thought." Mine.
When we play charades now and little Kim comes up, I'm just doing it.
But is she gonna have that? Does she have to have? I think of a toupee.
Nah, bro. It was. Listen, I looked at the look. It looked like they deconstructed something of a hoodie, right? But obviously, she had a ponytail look done, so they made sure the ponytail came down sleek, one part at the back. Then they put in the bangs to come. Then it looked like a Prada brooch. I don't know. They deconstructed the hat and okay. Then she Prada bangs, bitch.
She came. She gave.
She said, "Oh, you thought I only had the looks from then to give? Let me give you a fresh 2021." So
you're just like, remember why I'm little Kim and you're my son.
Period. And yeah, like she was on the carpet too, and she was asked and she, without no inch or hesitation, she was asked who she do a versus with, and she was like, "Nicki."
Say that up.
Like someone on the carpet earlier had asked her like, "Oh, who would she do a versus with if she would do one?" And without hesitation, she was like, "Nicki."
But I hate her. Why would she do that?
Did I stutter?
Why did she do that? Yo.
Just know, Killa, it's not going down. Calm down. We're gonna cook up food. We're gonna get all the things, all the flowers. We're gonna have a nice fucking time. Cause that right there, baby, I'm not
a little Bel Air rosé.
And I see people trying to throw shade oh, Nicki, but nah, it would be amazing to watch.
It really would. It would be just to see it, but also they've had a lot of beef, and I would love to see two titans in the game just turn around and be like, "Fuck it, let's just make money. Let's just do some dope shit. Who gives a fuck?"
I feel like they're on that now. They're welcome to that now because okay, I may be stretching a bit far or whatever, but when I was watching the Soulja Boy and Bow Wow performance, Swizz Beatz and Timberland, they always put out I feel like they're putting out little marketing feelers, but I feel like just as someone who does it on this side, you wouldn't really say that unless you kind of already have it secured. So I remember Swizz putting out in the comment section "Oh, Nicki against who? Lil Kim against who?" And I was like, and then to hear her say that on the carpet, and then she performs UNITY, everything's just kind of, they're both moms now. People are at different stages in their life. So either way, I'm there. I'm there for Crush on You, and I'm there for Did It On Them. I'm there for, I'm just there. I'm just there. Okay. We might just get a pink bling. Oh my gosh.
What? Wig. Did I give a whiplash? Yeah. Giving. Hitting.
Okay. So Lil Nas X not only did give us the outfits and the things on the carpet, he gave you a performance. And I was here for it. I was
the whole Egyptian King Tut kind of pharaoh thing that he had going on.
It wasn't until it got to the part where he was really doing the choreography, then I realized, oh, maybe this was his rendition of a tribute to Michael Jackson because they were kind of like mixing it in.
At the time, or remember the time. That's what I took off of it. Was that it was supposed to be very reminiscent of that.
And it was a great performance. Like, I stand for Lil Nas X anyways. He's fucking hilarious. If you follow him on like TikTok, Twitter, like you want to laugh at some shit and you're not uptight, like follow that nigga, okay? I already follow him on all the things. And he gave you choreography, he gave you outfit, he was singing, he was like, come on it. Like he was in it, okay? So the thing that everyone's up in Puss in Boots about is this kiss, this salacious kiss at the end. And I'm kind of like, just in general, like when people be kissing and sucking tongue in public, I'm just like, unless you're someone that I like, I'm just trying to say it in a nice way. But I feel like it has nothing, because I'm for everyone, so it's nothing to do with that. My thing is just like with COVID and me being one of the people that really like took this serious and seeing people just interact like that. I noticed even watching it on TV, I'm a bit hesitant, like,
yeah,
COVID, like it naturally now just
there's
wasn't really big, like gave everything.
Yeah. For me, that was the least exciting part of the whole performance. Off the strength of like, so you haven't seen that before, but also you haven't seen it on stage, but also you haven't seen it be two salacious kisses back to back, like, and that's how I felt about it. I was just like, oh, deja vu. Okay, cool. But for me personally, because that's not really like, I'm not watching for all of the sensationalizations of the shows. Like, I get it, that's a showstopper. But for me, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's no shock value to me on that. As for everything else, I thought his performance was great.
Yeah.
Like, the choreography and like seeing him get into it. I like the way they set up that stage where like he was the only one wearing the gold and everybody else was like obviously muted. But yeah, I love what he stands for also. I'm also really weary about it just because like I know that you always have to ask, like, why is there a Black person in this position right now? You always have to ask why they're allowing a spotlight to be put on Black people or a Black person at any given time that they're allowing it. So that's the only other thing I think about. But as for everything, like it was a good performance, and the kiss to me was just like,
yeah, it wasn't like,
I get it.
And I was thinking about like every time I kind of watch an award show and you know the stuff facing is gone, Drake with Madonna,
and the other
Nina, like, and I was just kind of like, why?
It's like I kind of feel like if you're not Prince, you're not gonna give me that like sexual like shock value.
It just feels really wrong.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's not like it's happening and it's a statement, like you're doing it for attention. It's clickbait.
It does kind of feel like that. So, with that being said, of course, and also just learning more about production, BT was very shady. Oh, before we go on though, sorry. Shout outs, special notes to Griselda, the DMX tribute. It was dope. I wasn't sure if like everyone got the memo to wear all black except for Swiss Beats because he was just in full yellow. So I wasn't sure what happened there. Like, we know who you are.
Yeah, but I feel like that was definitely a decision
though. We know who you are. As well. I really appreciated the Meg Thee Stallion, love her, stand for her. Okay, yeah. And being a young woman at her age, now at the age I'm at, looking at her, I do use grace because I remember what my mind was like at that age, just feeling like you know a lot when you really don't know, and just living through that. So, but her performances, I feel like she's trying to give off this Beyonce, because I've gone to almost like every Beyonce tour that she's ever like come to Toronto, and like just being like, you know, when she came out with the she's always done feminism things, but where she would have like the speeches playing at the beginning and like just standing there and niggas are literally losing their mind. Like I see her trying to get that off in their performances, but like I know everything is always like PR and everything is whatever, but I'm just like it's not hitting for me. Maybe they want the way they want it to, and in the performance, like she looks immaculate. I like her look for thought shit, immaculate, everything. But it's just like I expect this from you now. Now I need you to do something that makes you go,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah. Cut through the noise now.
because I've gotten this from you, and I love it and I appreciate it, and I know you can do this and give me ass and thighs and all the things, but now this is what brings you into like.
I think it's interesting that you say that, and we haven't spoken about it per se, but in watching her performance, she looked very classic. She looked good. She had like the 613 platinum long ass wig. It was laid
Perfectly.
Perfect.
Yeah. Shout out to the wig slayer.
Ooh, yeah, bro. Her outfit was very like classic.
Okay. Yeah,
it was on point, but like very like almost. I feel like she's in a space and she's being too safe in it. Like she was wearing, it was black sequins. She had the little like the kind of like garter kind of look going on. Very plain, very classy. Yeah, very classy. It was beautiful. It was great. Her performance should have been like off the wall. Like her choreography should have been like something we've never seen from her. It should have pushed her in order for her to just kind of be laid back, pretty like hood queen, hood princess. And we love a hood princess. We're here for the hood princesses. They make hip hop infinitely better. But it was very lackluster for me. For me, I was just like, yeah, she looks really good. Yeah, this is her new song. And mostly what I was thinking is like, so this is the fucking the effect of these like black TikTokers not making dances. That's really what I thought. It's like, so you guys really do need the black TikTokers to make dances, eh? Because like you said, it's just there's something not. It feels like it's not growing. I'm seeing the same with the same thing, and it's just like a different name. But you know she has way more talent than that. So it's just like, is she not being pushed? Where is she not being pushed? Like,
and you just look at everything, and maybe sometimes what I feel, I'll just close it by saying I've been at that age. I know what that is. I'm wishing the best for her. She's still very young. So we're going to see her date the guys and do the immature things and just, you know what I mean? But pull it together when you're ready. Rooting for you.
Always.
Okay. Now moving on to the baby. Sorry, I never really watch his performances though. They're not really giving. But with that whole pitter patter, I'm assuming that's why Meg didn't stay on stage for that DJ Khaled performance, and she came off early. Meanwhile, everyone else in the song was still on stage, and I'm just kind of like, we're gonna watch her grow in this. We're gonna watch her grow in this.
Because when you say that, I'm just like, wait, how old is she again? I forget. Like
I think like 22, 23, 24. Ooh. Like she's really young.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
she's really young.
When you're that young, your scope is like this broad and everything's about you. You don't look past.
Right? So I'm just like, I remember seeing Drake perform, I feel it was No New Friends, and he was on stage. That's when Khaled was like at height, and he was on stage, you know, with a whole gang of niggas, and you could hear by the music that Drake was also letting you know, like, none of these niggas really fuck with him, or maybe sometimes it's also reciprocated, but you did not see him ever do his hook or his verse, and you know what I mean? And sometimes that just raises the thought to me of like, is this what men are talking about when they're just like, women are not ready for certain atmospheres and situations because we're way too emotional sometimes when it comes to business, when like business just needs to be handled. Like if I'm Khaled, like, and I'm hoping this just doesn't come across too harsh. No one, this is just me putting on that like hat. But if I'm Khaled, I paid all this bread. Now it's my set and performance. I pay the bread for you to be in the I just paid what I'm supposed to pay for you now to come and do this performance on this BT stage, and like for my branding and shit. Like, Killa, if we had a track together and I need you to be on stage so the camera can catch all those angles so that I can have it for promo later, content later, whatever the case is, because this is part of the branding or the marketing for this album that I've just dropped. And it's just like, I get whatever you and dude have going on, but sure, y'all are on the same song. Everyone else that's on this record is on stage. Like, he hasn't threatened your life. He hasn't whatever. Like, you've clearly worked with my nigga before multiple times. Just a little Twitter thing now, you're gonna. And it's just like, there's just so many layers.
For me, I'm not necessarily reading into like the emotions of it for like the space as a woman. What I think, all right, what I'm perceiving right now is more so, is not outright emotion. I believe it's more so what you were saying before in terms of maturity, where you think you can make everything about yourself. So yeah, you have beef with the baby, or maybe, I don't know. I honestly, I stay out of those things because there's
I know you do. All day.
And I get it, like it makes them money, it keeps their wheels going. So I respect it for what it is, but you're not touching my subconscious with some of that crap. As for like whatever they're fighting with or whatever, cool. But you realize at some point that when you're breaking bread with somebody, like you're mutually coming together, and it's about the bread. It's about the parameters that help the bread get made. It's the partnership. So you walking off set because the baby was there, the fuck do you expect him not to be there? You know good and well these motherfuckers all work together just like you. You know what I mean? You've been working with this nigga yourself. You do know that shit. What are you talking about? Like, so pick your socks up. You be on the opposite side of the stage. It's not about fucking the baby at that point, but it was never about the baby. It's about Megan. That's why she did it. And it's like, yes, we're waiting for her to mature, and we're gonna give her that time because she is a queen and she's been through a shit ton. And like we like to discount what Black women go through. And that, so we're not doing that in this particular situation.
We're not.
But we are going to adjust some crowns.
Yeah.
Why? Because what was it Ayanna said? There was a girl and she was acting up, and like she turned to her classmates after being confronted and she's like, don't let me die.
Yeah.
Like pull me up if I need to get pulled up.
Yeah.
And like she's still new to the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of feel like life is Wonderland in some kind of ways. Like I don't know if she's really come into the business side of Megan Thee Stallion. I feel like she's very much about
it's definitely a bigger conversation.
Her head is in like that younger space for real. So yeah, it's just she needs her time.
It's definitely a bigger conversation. That's why I was like, let me just sum it up by, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of layers to it. Just, you know, not having her mother or grandmother, being signed to a label, not having to have all these strange faces kind of be like, no, you could trust me. And like really figuring out which one it is. Now you have your boo as well. Like we know how that goes. You're going through shit in life. You have a man you think you trust, everything's great. Like I'm not saying things aren't going to work out between them, but as I said, we've just gone through things, you know what I mean? We've seen this leg of the race before. So giving her kind, adjusting your crown, girl, going with grace and wishing her all the best. And as I said, she looked great, but if I'm going to be fair and just be like, yo.
So like a step up.
You know what I'm saying? So when we get to like one of my top performances of the night, and not for the obvious reason, but the Migos performance, it was bananas. It was crazy. I looked at that and said, shit, is this the Beatles? Like it was the set design, the energy, the synchronicity, straight.
The old when they did that, I was like, yo, we're the Pips right now. You know, like Gladys Knight and the Pips, and they have their whole dance move and the swivel and the turn, and then they come back.
By the third time, I was like, straight.
Yeah, when you said Beatles, I was like, they gave me another vibe, and that's what it was. They gave me that old soul choreography.
Bruh.
Yeah.
like the Blues Brothers, they had the shades, they like came with the energy.
Came out and they were just like, we're the Migos. I love their imagery. Yo, I remember being on mushrooms.
They really rap their track.
God, yo, okay, so the way Quavo uses his voice live, I was like, wow. Because there was voiceover as well on everybody's like.
But it was like low, like you could hear their vocals, like.
Right, but even the way he used his vocals, because he does things where you should be screaming them out, but like the way he adjusted his voice to do all the ad libs in person, I was like, look at you, Quavo, look at you. They're just old professionals at this point.
And I was thinking about it too. I'm like, nigga, your ex is in that audience. You're like
you better not trip. Imagine if the man's mask didn't come off and all sorts of shit. So we just in the back.
Yeah. I'm only drinking water. Last night I had a lot of 19 crimes, but like, yo,
I got a little rum and iced tea here. I got some snowberry.
Ooh, I like that one.
This with some rum. I'm gonna try this with some Henny and some Deuce.
Oh, you're trying to.
But anytime soon. These are plans for the future. But the way this blended with the brown was
the thing. I
feel like that's what Hypnotic was supposed to be.
Yeah, but like the Migos came out and gave, and then they were on the mountains and the things, and they gave you a full performance and those are rappers. That wasn't no Doja Cat. Those are rappers. You see what I'm saying? So they lit it off, and then Cardi came out with Belly, and she said, "Tight shit, this that tight," and she was busting and flinging and swinging and a good on and a side wheel and a fling and a yo,
girl, and like when she dropped it, I was like, girl, I only know you're this pregnant because your face is spread. You got pregnant face. Stop. But nah, I
was so happy when it got to the other part, and I seen like the other dancer, like kind of, not escorting her, but just I'm like, yeah, girl, like take time, like.
Right. She's like, nah, this one's coming. She's coming.
Yo, shout outs to whoever made that jumpsuit, bro.
Yeah.
It was
perfect.
I know every girl's gonna try to get that recreated. It's one of those.
For the baby shower.
It's one of those, like down to.
Okay. Yep.
It was everything. The crotch, like you could tell they really took time to make that. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
also,
beautiful.
Shout outs to Cardi for letting me know that this summer is gonna be a 30-inch. It's a 30-inch.
Oh, she's a Libra.
Yeah,
she's Libra.
Yeah,
she's Libra. Yeah.
It's a 30, baby.
Yeah, it's 26 to 30.
That part.
That's like, I feel naked if it's not in between.
Yeah, if it's not hitting, it's not just hitting the upper body and the lower back, like.
Right? I'm just sorry. It's just
or that might be the way to get into hot girl summer. We're not sure.
I'm telling you that, and some lashes and a good lip gloss, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day. Carry on. And like the way this, I know it's hard for people sometimes, and not everyone knows the skin struggles I go through. But that CMOS, the way we just really just like niggas want to know why your skin's glowing, why this and that. It's the things you put in your body. I have CMOS like every day. 2 big dirty like mugs, probably more than I need to, but I just don't mind the taste. I'm drinking water all day, alkaline water and that. And the first thing to go in my digestive system, at least 4 out of the 7 days out of the week, is a fruit. So those things over time, when like you look at your skin, you're like, oh, I don't have to wear foundation today. Those are things that help you to get to that point. And also Salt Lacy skin. That part.
That like it's a hand in hand thing. That the natural products, they go hand in hand with that healthy, like clean for your skin lifestyle. All of the water, the alkaline water, the eating of the fruits, the eating of the mangoes, the eating of the kale, you know what I mean? Like the drinking of the ginger, the making sure you're not going to sleep with makeup on your face, the all of those things. Like it's a lifestyle. Those products are supposed to fit in naturally to that like self-care, take care of your shit lifestyle.
Facts. And you don't only brush your teeth before you go to bed before you know you're sucking dick. You do it anyways, okay? Eat fruit and mind your business. Now, what? Some people need to know. You end up getting cold sore something on your lip, or you wake up you're in the morning and your breath is just hotter than hot, and you're like, how did it get here?
I just
want more than once a day thing. It's a more than once a day thing. Incorporating with the floss and the mouthwash if you can.
You don't prioritize brushing until you're putting dick in their mouth?
I'm saying there are some people that, like, for example, you brush your teeth in the morning, that's the only time their teeth get brushed for the day. As opposed to if they know they're going out in the night, or you know you're about to suck some dick, you don't want to have food crumbs on the dick that you gotta swallow. So I'm saying brush your teeth not only for those occasions, but for yourself, ma. It's an overnight care and a day care. Think about it like that.
Well, also, good mouth health is good throat health, is good gut health. The more you know, and the little star goes across the screen.
Yes.
PBS for life.
Right? But congratulations, Cardi. You look amazing. I love her. I stand for her always. So happy for her. And like, I know like before when she had the pregnancy with Culture, she didn't feel like she got to really reveal it the way she wanted. So this time I was surprised, like, because I really be eating fruit and minding my business. So when she came out, I was like, shit. I was like, and then you can kind of see like, okay, I was probably watching too hard, but you kind of see her cheeks like raising, but she had to just keep rapping, and she's like, all right. So shout out to you, queen, and like it was just beautiful. And then like just now, shout out to QC because quality control coming for your nigga head top. Yo,
quietly from time.
When I looked at Cardi with, you know, I'm sad that Sweetie couldn't be there, but you know, when I looked at the image of just Cardi and the Migos, and it looked like the Beatles with you, like ching, 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 ching. And for all y'all out there running labels, doing all this, I don't know what y'all are doing it for, but when all your acts come together and do what needs to be done, and everyone's and it's just like this, it's just beautiful music. It's a great time. So, with that being said, I did not watch the Lil Baby and Kirk Franklin performance. And mind your business. But Jasmine Sullivan.
Watch that one too.
Pardon?
Yeah, I watched the Kirk Franklin and Baby.
How was it?
It was a nice gospel set. Yeah, I didn't pay the most attention, but also I like the fact that they're bridging rap and hip hop as a way to like bridge themselves to the youth as opposed to like telling them they can't do certain things. You're trying to meet them. I like that.
Shout out to Papa San. I've been seeing the dancehall reggae do it.
We're
all right.
But
So
we're talking about Ari and Jasmine. Ooh, two queens beside each other. Two queens just like glowing the F out. I liked that. Yeah.
Y'all already know how I feel about Ari.
Jasmine around.
I love me Ari. I be looking at Ari for style inspo. Like finally I have some like dark skin kind of like my, you know, flavor girls. And I'm just like, okay, this is a vibe. This is a vibe. So shout outs to her. I feel like there's another one that was really, you know, Tyler the Creator. I would definitely say that's probably a top tier performance of the night. I really love the project, have it on repeat. But that performance was different. It was lit. He was rapping. He was giving different shit. and shout outs to him.
Was that his first performance?
For this album that he just dropped, yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, I heard that as a like rumbling, and I was like, his first. Very Tyler, just like out the box, lit, full of energy. Yeah, like we need his mind. You always need somebody with that, like, you need some of the metas using their minds kind of offbeat. You know what I mean? It can't always be like cupcake and cute shit. It just kind of has to be a little weirdo sometimes, you know? You gotta do a little something for the nerd sometimes. I like the alternative rap shit that he's on.
I love it. And while I do love Leave the Door Open, shout out to Silk Sonic, y'all niggas need another song because I'm starting to feel like there's no other song, there's no album. It's just the one song y'all niggas got because it was great performance. It looked very Teddy Pendergrass-esque with all the elements. Man's nostrils look wide and everyone looks shiny.
Eat fruit and mind.
But
how are you today? Yo, what old man have you been drinking cognac with? Like, what the fuck's happening right now?
I think I may still have some 19 crimes in my system. Who knows?
Okay.
But today the gavel is being laid. So at the end of the performance, at Anderson .Paak, because remember it's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak together that do Silk Sonic. I will leave the door. Yeah, the whole shit. So at the end he goes, "Do y'all want another song? Do y'all want another song?" And then it's pretty much like the guy was like, "Spike, run it again." And they started performing the same track. And I'm like, y'all niggas better stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. So
that is some like height of the coke type situations.
I'm just saying, we already know what Bruno Mars is on, and you know, where. So
Eat and mind your business.
You know what? Like, our parents got to experience that and they loved it. I know it's shitty, and y'all.
Did you ever ask your parents if they took?
For sure, my mom never took no drugs in her life. I've never asked my dad, maybe off the strength that they're both Jamaican. I know they've never smoked marijuana, and that's more so what I was interested in. I don't know if my dad's ever done coke or anything else like that.
I should have asked my parents.
I think they should all do mushrooms.
And like, I get why one parent didn't like it because someone in her family grew it all the time. So I guess it like turned her off. Like it was already always there. And another parent said they tried it once and had to go to sleep right away and was like, they're good.
A lot of people say that. Just makes me sleepy.
So yeah, I straight up, I want to know, like, your shit lit? How lit were you? Like, so yeah, I know that's not my cup of tea. You know, we strictly green around here, from the earth. So that's it for IMA. Now, off of BET Awards, because we got a lot going on. Next is Pineapple Fruit. I want to say shout outs to. Well, since we're talking about performances, well, no, okay, sorry. Let's do Kim Kardashian. Congratulations to her. SKIMS, her company, is now the official like Team USA loungewear merch for the Olympics, Tokyo. So that's huge. And just in terms of like fashion and business, I feel like when I was just in one of those rabbit holes I was in, and they were discussing like just how Coca-Cola was created and how it came up and everything. And just like the guy, I forgot his name, but how he just decided, he was like, yo, it's going to be on everything. It's going to be on buses. It's going to be here. It's going to be there. And then they were showing like when Coke got that deal to be the official, I guess, US sponsor or whatever for their beverages. And the rest is like history. Yeah. So like, just to think when SKIMS first came out, what was it called again? It was something in the Asian culture, like kimono, kimono. It was something like that. And remember, they came for her neck, But it's just regular business. But they came for an act like, now you can't trademark that. Da, 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 da. She had to do a whole rebranding, soft launch, relaunch, all of that. And then to now, in less than 2 years, to have your brand as the official face for a country for what niggas gotta wear. Like,
pretty major. Like,
I'd like to put that on my resume for my merch line.
Like, congratulations on a huge deal. I feel like I guess it's still her mom. Her momager has been making
Kris Jenner, both.
very, very major moves for her for many years. And like, this is just falls in line, very wise move. Totally love it. You guys can't be separated though from the way you try to erase the Black woman while you try to portray the Black woman. And you use Black women to do that. So as much as you did get a really great deal, and that's great, you're still part of the culture that tries to destroy Black women. And as much as you don't say it, because that's what we do. We don't say things. And once we don't say it, nobody can tell us that we did it because we never said it. We never admitted to it. But it's just like, I had to look up Skims because obviously I'm on another planet.
To be honest, I want to buy it because their stuff looks great quality.
And it does. And like, that's the thing. I wouldn't say like, don't be deterred to support them. Actually, maybe you should think about it. But like,
I feel like there are some other options that you can find. Correct.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, yeah, congrats on a really great business move. But like, I have to call out that you're specifically a snake to Black women. You're the reason there's boxer braids. And I will never let anybody forget it.
There's what?
Yeah. Disgusting.
Touche.
Disgusting. And you and your family have felt like you don't need to be accountable to us. And then I have to go look up your line and I look up this deal. And what does Forbes and Business Insider have? A picture of a Black woman in her shit.
Well, she does try to do that. I do see that. She tries to be all inclusive.
I just feel like she props us up. It's not a try. It's just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna use Black women. She surrounds herself with Black women, all of her advertisement. And I'm just like, but you don't necessarily like put into our community the way you take.
Can she ever win though? Like, if I'm a white girl
about shit
with a Black husband, I gotta have Black people around somewhere else. People are gonna think I don't fuck with y'all. Some shit. Like, do you feel like she's trying? Or is she still not good enough?
Like, I feel like she's trying to give me the image of things. And that's what I'm tired of. Just do it, because it's not that hard. If you were really doing it, your outcomes would be different. The Black people around you would be empowered. The Black people, your children. Boxer braids, the reason why it turned me off so much, like I never really cared. I always knew what you guys were doing.
I was like, cornrows?
Cornrows. Like
Mixed Things didn't want to do cornrows until Kim said boxer braids.
Like, take it in. That's when Kim started wearing her hair like North. That was North's trend.
But she did talk about that to say that like she wanted her daughter to be. I'm just saying what I think. Yes.
It's the outcomes though. Like, they say things, but then I'm just like, but you and your mom are pretty powerful on the block at this point.
Oh, very.
Me, you couldn't haul up Mary Claire, Cosmopolitan, whoever else said it and say, no, those are cornrows. My daughter wears her hair like that because that's how her hair needs to be worn to be protected. And I'm going to honor who my daughter is. And I get it, you're not Black, so it's not. But you left your daughter out on a very serious limb. You don't even know what you did to her. And then your whole entire family turned around and appropriated her. And it was just for gain. You know, it was just because there was an opportunity for you to get bridged as the ambiguous light-skinned thing that can replace Black women. Poor, like so upset with you, like just thoroughly disgusted. Not okay. Very much pulling a yellow card on you for that. Off the strength that like, you could have been who you say you were, and your babies would be better as Black people for it. And just because you're not Black, it doesn't mean that you aren't going to be putting yourself in positions to have to help Black empowerment and betterment. And yes, you're doing your law thing and you're helping Black men in the correctional systems that really shouldn't be there. But I'm not gonna have you do that and be like, well, I'm not gonna be accountable for this because you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, be about it if you're about it, and your outcomes will show that you're about it. But like, some of your movements, whether they were ignorant or not, it's just like so like disadvantaging to the babies. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm coming from with her.
That's like, that's leads to a bigger conversation, but that's what growing up in a mixed household is. And that's why I'm not saying people shouldn't mix. Of course, I'm always going to be pro us being together. But you can't control who you love. But it's very important now, if you're going to step out of your culture, to be mindful that whoever you're procreating with in that sense is aware, knowledgeable of these things, or else all those racial undertones are going to come out throughout the whole upbringing.
I'm just like, they're already in the public eye. Just like, give the baby some. You know? Like, not even to be like funny. Like, they're Black babies growing up in the public eye, and like the family has a lot of controversy around them. They're another family that they're another set in Hollywood that uses tension. They use a lot of drama. Like,
facts.
You have these babies out here. I don't think they fared very well growing up in it either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, and now these Black babies, and now your babies are Black, all of them.
Oh, North is very Black.
Yeah. North is everybody's favorite.
Not even just look, just demeanor, manner. Yeah, she's very
she
like.
Don't take no shit from no fucking body.
She's like, Kim's like, I'm in the bathroom trying to do this makeup, and North is like, so. If you like, bitch, I need some fish.
It's about me right now.
Like, yeah, what do you? No, come.
Yeah, 100%.
Yo, I'm standing for all these Hollywood kids that like have suckered me in already. Like, I can't wait for Blue. Blue's already a boss. Like, yo, when Blue, niggas don't even know. Blue's already at home. Like, listen here, sir, Rumi. Let me tell you. You see, when we go outside, you don't talk to me. She's already laying down all the law. She's like, I was here first. It's my inheritance to give you. Like, and then now, like, I look at Olympia. I love baby Olympia. That's Serena Williams' kid, and like her doll, baby Quay Quay. Follow all the things. Then, you know, I'm standing for all the Kardashian children, because you already know, as I said, all of them are Black. That's just the education I raised on. If the seed that was planted there are of what the seed was, and the seed was Black, and all. So they're all gonna gang up either with or against. So excited to see how that develops. You know what I mean? And just seeing now how they come out and swerve on us. Like,
I hope so.
It's gonna be.
The vibrance. It's gonna be. The vibrance is just like deep.
It's gonna be great. Moving forward, I guess, you know, Kim, Kanye naturally together. So Kanye recently won. If those of you who don't know, Walmart came out and said, "Oh, you like Yeezys? Here's some Feezies, like whatever." And they were looking wanting, like I would have went to Walmart and bought the $25 Feezy.
Straight goods.
I wore them in the house and I'm mopping. I don't give a fuck.
I would have worn them out. If like this is the style and Walmart just gave it to me, I'm going to wear it out. And me, you know, I'm pro-Black on the pro-Black businesses.
A little George ain't hurt nobody. Okay.
Like, yay, I love you. I will manifest you tomorrow. I promise.
But I just got a 75% discount on your shoes. So Kanye's lawyers came with the quickness. I was like, and he won. And Walmart immediately, expeditiously had to be like, I'm sorry, guys. I hope you got what you could, but we gotta give this to the homeless now or burn it. However it goes. And Yeezy won. So shout out to a Black billionaire just saying, you are not going to appropriate my things, Walmart. You've already done it to more than enough Black people, more than enough countries, states, provinces. I'm going to let you do it to my company. He has this deal, the thing with Gap, joke, and just the fact of having high fashion like that on such a attainable level for everyday win. So Walmart, you will not do that. He didn't cut the deal with you, so you will not.
Yeah, 100%. Like I love the business and I love how the business played out in this particular situation. But low key, what stood out to me is just like, even the richest Black man in America still has to deal with microaggressions. Because this is not the first time him and Walmart had to cross paths. Walmart came for his face in 2007 for he has something in his logo and it's like 8 beams or something, so it looks almost like a sun, and it's dots. Whereas Walmart said it was too close to theirs. Also lost to him in that one because they were far reaching. They were like, first of all, they're not the same thing, but also you guys aren't in the same industry. Like you're a huge like mega chain, and he's an upscale like
high fashion brand.
Like, yeah, like you guys don't cross. Like your demos would never cross either. Like,
but they felt because Gap had it, they could like do this. He said, ugh. He used his foot and just kicked them.
They were just like, so, so what are you gonna do, Black man? And he was just like, I'm fitting a round of the J unit just like you did.
Walmart is like Day. Like the neighborhood bully. Like they just come. Like I remember even as a kid, like just seeing Byway and Zellers, and then these niggas named Walmart came in, and then like slowly, like they all just went away.
Yeah, man. And then the Walmarts got bigger and started like selling groceries, like full out groceries.
They said, "Oh, you want food too? You got all of that. Chicken, come. Chicken."
The only one that could fucking make it was like No Frills.
Yeah, shout out to No Frills, but No Frills is a part of the Loblaws chain. Yeah. I fuck with Superstore.
Word.
I like to go there for like my fresh produce and but yeah. So yeah, Kanye West said, listen here, it's Mr. West to you, and kindly give me my things. Okay? So
one of the two, because you're not cutting into my money, white man. That's what it was.
I already came out here and told Mark Zuckerberg and all these niggas, give me some bread. So you ain't gonna take the bread that I beat. No. So that was just great news to just share in terms of like just where we are in business and fashion, and like, you know, give some perspective on that and how we can just be like,
that's
future. Like, well, not. Now Soulja, your favorite rapper, Killa, Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow for the first. Those of you that are just listening, you're not watching. If you see Killa's face, because I just saw her disdain for Soulja. It was great. I had a great time. It was great. It was pure comedy, bro. Pure comedy. Like pure comedy. And I was here for it. The toxicity, Lil Payway, all of it. It was hilarious. Soulja Boy played like one song for like 6 different rounds, like just different remixes.
Eat fruit and mind your business.
Big Draco said, you can't do this, Bow Wow. He played a whole Drake song and was like, you can't do this. I make beats. So, you know, they did what they gave us, what we needed to be given, what we wanted to be given. They said, all right, thank you. Arrivederci, collect their checks, and they were out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode in like
nostalgia,
hood antics. You know what I mean? Like the hood barbecue. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because everything comes down to like us at the barbecue. It first and foremost, okay? Soulja Boy is a ball of pure anointed divine light.
He
When you see that man, that young man bopping all over the stage and having so much shit to say and being so damn good and having absolutely shit to say, you're just like, he's so fucking talented.
he's so good. He's so good.
He's so good. He's so good.
I'm like,
I'm gonna give him the same as we give Miss Stallion. It's like, I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna wait for you, babe.
facts. I know he can get there, but yeah, that man is so talented.
It's just a tone down. You know what I mean? Like, you can still be wild. Like, you know, like, you can still be out there. Just like a slight, just ground yourself, sir.
It was dope to see Lil Romeo come out. So of course, Soulja Boy was like, I was the first person to get Lil Romeo and Bow Wow on stage, and we're like, yeah, nigga, that was you. We can't knock you for that. That is a fact.
It never stops. It's like, he's his own Don King. I can't actually do it.
And I was just also like, yo, yeah, because you know what, Romeo and Bow Wow, no shade, no tea, but they couldn't have expected Romeo and Bow Wow to have a fair versus. That would have been brutal for Romeo. That wouldn't have been fair.
Yeah, I agree.
So it was good. Omarion came out. We got our all the things. So,
and see, that's another thing. Like I said, it was a good moment in like hood entertainment. You know what I mean? It brought the people together. It's always nice to see, like, where else are you going to see that?
Exactly.
Unity. So, you know, Uncle Ruckus's boy, I don't even remember who it was, the spirit told Riley and them that the only thing to fight a nigger moment is harmony.
Facts. Shout out to Boondocks. Oh my god. Facts though. Facts.
That scene lives rent free in my mind. Like, you need to remember this.
And every time the ignorance will come back until you give harmony. It will not go away.
Harmony.
And that's what I was saying. It was beautiful. They were ragging on each other. It was healthy fun. They were taking good shots at each other. Niggas knew what time it was. It was great. The Brat came out.
Yeah. And you could tell when you're watching that, like, they rehearsed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, niggas did their homework.
It wasn't contrived, but like, they were just like, they had respect for each other in it. They were just wilding. Like,
niggas did their homework and came and handed it in on time. It was great.
It's like they're the young bucks, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, so that was great. Now, on a more sad side, but I am praying for this queen's healing. Young M.A recently announced that she is checking herself into rehab. So she tweeted out, sorry, I just want to make sure. I should have had it here. But Young M.A tweeted out and she said, loving God, I pray that you will comfort me in my suffering, lend skill to the hands of my healers, and bless the means used for my cure. Give me such confidence in the power of your grace that even when I am afraid, I may put my whole trust in you. So I'm praying for this queen's recovery, and we love her. I always stand for Young M.A. But I did not know, not that you can look at people and always tell what they're going through, or you know, vendors that, you know, just so praying for her. I really wish that she could come through and ooh.
Right? Yeah. Blessings. Yeah. Blessings. That, I touch and agree on that. When I read that prayer, I was like, so, you know,
she's in tune.
She was just like, yo, I'm calling. I'm making the call. Yeah, I hope, I give thanks.
I give thanks. Back.
I give thanks for your healing. I give thanks for your perfect outcome. Yeah, I give thanks for when you get to come back to being a creative spirit, like in all time. an all-time queen, for real.
Facts. Cause she's
That
super
takes a
calm.
lot. That takes a lot. One, to even admit that you need to go to rehab, but to throw out a full-blown prayer.
Exactly.
And a real one, not a fake one. She said, nah, I'm praying an affirmation right now.
Facts. And
because I'm gonna get this done. And that's where I put like 100% of my support, is that like she literally just like threw out the faith one time. She's like, I know where I rest.
Facts. So yeah, like I've worked with a lot of people that have, you know, dealt with addiction or having to deal with addiction. And it's not easy as people think it is. It's not a matter of just stop taking it. It's a way deeper spiritual warfare going on. So praying for her guidance. Now, this is not so much of the better news, but it was really heartbreaking, but a fresh breath of air that Britney Spears finally got to advocate for herself and speak against her father in terms of her you know the word. And it was like, Dad, you've made so much money off of me. You've used me. You've used the ply of being like, I'm crazy. Even though you damn well know that I'm okay. I was just hella stressed out and going through things. I needed time to recharge. And now you're controlling my life, controlling my bread. My kids are not able to be with me. And I'm over it. I can't even have more kids. You are the one with permission to say if I can take something out of my body, and that I am not okay with.
Yeah, I caught at least a snippet of that. Wow. They were making me take this so and so, and it I don't like taking it. I don't want to take it because when I take it, I feel drunk. I walk around all day and I feel drunk, and I don't like it. I want to have babies, and I've been made it very clear that I want to start a family, and I can't because I've been told that I'm not allowed. Yo, yeah.
That's Britney Spears, dog.
I'm not even gonna go deep in the I don't know how this can happen, whatever, but this is when you have unfortunate leaders and unfortunate leadership. These are the downsides of things like racists. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that racists also do to their family.
Facts.
I'm not saying Britney Spears' father is a racist.
Oh, I am.
Okay, cool. She said it. I don't know the man. I'll pay attention. Like
I don't need him.
Okay.
Fuck him, bro. Fuck him.
But I understand what you're saying. In order for you to do one, and that's my point too, you'd have to be okay with the other. Because that's your blood. That's your blood. And like, what's gonna happen to him? At this point, there could be enough proof for him to be indicted on something, let alone having to give her back her life or having to pay her back her bread that she made for everybody else to live good. But were we talking about the best glow up, which wasn't cute, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like she's basically like supporting 50
everyone.
people and then some.
And as well, just like, as I said, like, those of you who don't know, I am actually a social worker and went to school for it. And just like the times when I've been able to work in the nursing home mostly is where you'll see the situations where you have POA, that's power of attorney situations. And like, I feel really horrible for some of those senior people or young adult people that find themselves in an LTC long-term care facility, and like they really are not crazy, but because of where you are or how easy it is to lay out that story, and just a matter of who has the better lawyer or who can prove more, because sometimes the senior person is thinking they wouldn't do that to me, and then next thing you know, you're having to come to the front desk to ask permission to call your POA to see if you can just take $20 out of your bank account to fucking go across the street to get some Tim Hortons. So I definitely see how white people in these spaces. And I get the situations as well where those situations are definitely necessary and that person is not coherent of what's going on and they need, someone else in. But like that dad damn well knows. Look how many black girls has shaved their head. That doesn't mean, you know what I mean? What they try to make it mean.
But also
Rebirth. I went through a lot of shit. I want to start anew. That does not mean I go in a straight jacket.
But also, like, in that point in time, one human being probably shouldn't have been under that much undue stress when she shaved her head. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, she was in alignment. You can't turn around and say, hey, yo, there's something wrong with her. Like, you can't exploit that because that's what he did.
Exactly. No.
That's sleazy.
Very. So free Britney.
And that's really how he got away with it. Yes, free Britney.
Free Britney, period. Yeah. But on the upper side, white people finally decided to give Samuel L. Jackson his flowers, which are way overdue. And he is finally now deserving or getting an Oscar after 5 blood clot decades. Like, motherfucker.
And that's basically what I want to hear. It's just like, you motherfucking Oscar nominated. That's what I want to hear for the whole entire acceptance speech. Just like
facts. Facts. So shout out to you, King. Moving on.
Quick little drive by.
I was just thinking about one of the docs I watched. There's a show that I've been watching, and it's like My Twisted 9 to 5 Tale, and it's like, and it's like,
yo, you and Norwayne are tied for like watching the weirdest shit. Whoa!
Shout out to you, King. Do you want to hear a tale?
Let's go.
Okay, guys. So there's a show that I found, and basically it's called like My Twisted like 9 to 5 Tales, and it's all these people that basically like had jobs. I won't say it's 9 to 5, but like they had jobs and like shit just got like super left in all instances, but in different like ways. You're just like, what the fuck? So which one should I share? Okay, I'll share the one with the black girl because it was definitely in Toronto. I think this is like a Canadian show because I can see the license plates and legit the TTC in the background. And shout outs to our reenactment actors, okay? I feel like y'all don't get enough credit, but y'all be reenacting some scenes and I'm like, you got paid for this.
Yo, they're out here doing some other work too, like.
Oh, so there was this black girl, and pretty much like she got a job at this like car dealership. Somehow her brethren linked it up where like her brethren worked next door, and she got her this accounting job at this dealership. So you already know, if you're really from Toronto, dealerships are shady, bro. That's not somewhere that you want to, but nevertheless, anyways. So the girl has a job and she's like, everything's all cool. You know what I mean? She's doing her job. She's doing her accounting. She's doing the things. Everyone's happy. She's looking great. She's wearing nice blouses and skirts to work every day. Everything's great. You're going to lunch with your best friend that works at the store. It's just a great fucking time. Okay. So then now I guess she assumed that she was doing like better in the job. So they started being like, all right, you can make like car deliveries now to somewhere like upper, So Shorty's gonna ride like the Beamers, the Benz, and the things, and be like, here's your keys. And she had gotten a little routine. But one day she's just like, this guy is kind of weird. This guy's kind of, as black people usually do get those sensories. Now she finally makes like this. One or two times she's kind of just tried to like not shade her boss, but Shorty, you probably shouldn't have said that because your suspicions are probably right. Some of these cars are not matching up to the other numbers. The VIN numbers are not matching, and you're realizing slowly but surely this is a dirty operation. And some of the cars are leaving to the front, and some of them are leaving to the back. Okay, but you're delivering both, and your name now is on everything. So it's slowly hitting you. You're like, yo, what kind of thing? This what women that. Anyways, so moving forward now, she finally kind of came in one day and she fully booked like the boss in the shady deal, switching the VIN numbers on the car, all that shit. And then he was just like, hey, hey, and she like ran off, went to her office, locked the door, hid. People were banging out her door. She didn't answer for whatever reason. They didn't open it, and she just heard Blair quiet after a while. So she was like, okay, I think it's safe to come out. I'm gonna just go home, fuck this job. Like, I knew someone was fucked up. Like, I'm gonna be out. Shorty walks out into the fucking, I guess, the main part, because the offices had a thing like this, and she gets out to the main part. All of a sudden, this nigga in this navy blue, yellow riding jacket, like, grabs her. FBI. Okay? And now, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped the part. So she did one delivery. It was like really crazy, but like whatever. So fast forward now, FBI getting her, and she's like, no, I didn't know. No, I was just delivering the cars. Even though one of the times she did like turn the car too fast, and then she heard some noise and she checked what the noise was. There's a bunch of straps and keys. But she's like, you know what? I can't run away with this car, so I'm gonna get into this location and just be about my business. Okay, so the FBI agent's like, sure, your name's here, you work here. How could you not know what's going on? She's like, I didn't know. The guy, and then like this guy now. So it turns out the last delivery she made was actually like an undercover agent, and he like came in at the nick of time. Was like, no, Shorty's like telling the truth. She really like didn't know, because she was about to go to the feds. So now she comes out, she's bawling. Her best friend that worked next door is bawling. They're like, bitch, let's just go home. And that was the end of her twisted 9 to 5 tale. So those men definitely went somewhere where, they had to just deal with life. And she was just like, you know what? Maybe when I see things that are shady, I'm just either not going to say nothing, or I'm going to just not work at those places no more. So that was one of the stories.
That was lit.
Yeah, the show is.
Was there a front involved in this story?
There were certain implications that started making me feel like maybe the boss is trying to swerve. But then there was also like the other one with the girl where her friend told her, oh, you can get this waitress job at this club. And like it was just giving me heavy Mississauga vibes. Like she rolled up to the spot her friend brought her to. It was a ginger white thing. Like there were just so many red flags to let you know maybe this is not the space you think it is. Like there were no windows in the front of the club. All they had was a flag that said VIP on the front as a sign. Like there's a lot of hints to like letting you know, shorty, maybe this is not the waitressing you thought it was. Fast forward, turns out they kept telling her, we're family. Turns out she was actually fucking waitressing for a fucking club that was actually ran by the fucking mob. So when the boss is like, oh, I'll drop you home, come drop, and then he's making a drop in between dropping you, and then now guns are in your face and you're like, oh, you know what, I think I'm gonna call it sick tomorrow. The show honestly,
that's it.
No, it's a great time. And just as a random thought, I started watching Fear Factor again. I never realized that was Joe Rogan. Like Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
the exact same nigga from the block. Yeah.
Like, no, I was really like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I really did not realize that was Joe Rogan. Like, I always watched Fear Factor. Oh, like, I was like, wow, rebranding.
He made his rounds.
That's what I came to realize. I was like, wow. I knew he did UFC, but I remember like Fear Factor being like a huge part of my life because as a kid, I'd be inside just watching Global Channel a lot. So I was like, wow. So through watching that again, I've been getting a lot of jokes and just a lot of laughter because I'm just like, how niggas could never get this on TV though. This is hilarious. So it's a great time.
I don't remember him in any of those other things unless they're brought up. I like if we're stamping him, he's stamped to his podcast, and I don't know if I've ever watched an episode of it.
I love his podcast. Since it kind of did the whole switch around, I haven't really been able to like enjoy it like how I watch it on YouTube and stuff. But it's just, you know, the kind of conversations I like to have. So it's very different. It's very like just unorthodox, and like now it just makes sense. Like why he has so much to talk about all the time, because he's fucking Joe Rogan. So I was a bit delayed on that, but yeah. So in case you guys didn't know, Joe Rogan and Fear Factor is the same Joe Rogan that we see now. So, moving forward, some people are celebrating, some people are not. That Derek Chauvin, the murderer of George Floyd, or one of them, he was sentenced to 22.5 years in the bin.
It was supposed to be like he can get something like 15 to 18 with like good behavior.
Yeah, I'm leaving it where it is. But you know, we cannot let the people know, so we said it. R.I.P. George Floyd. Love you, King.
That's how I feel about that guy's trial, is rest in peace, George Floyd.
Period. And I hope his daughter grows up on some Colombiana shit. I watch way too many movies and shows.
I was irresponsible to just like throw it in there on a touch and agree.
What? Do you remember Colombiana? Zoe Saldana was giving. Okay?
My Netflix is back up. I might just go like Memory Lane and like taking a little Colombiana.
Yeah, it was a great time. Johnson & Johnson, a lot of us know them for their lotion and things. So they were forced to pay they lost a suit with the state of New York, and they were forced to pay $230 million to New York for fueling the opioid crisis, or being responsible for fueling opioid crisis. All of us knows all these companies are the ones that give us the disease and as well create it. Don't shadow that man. But at first I was like, okay, 230 mil, all right. But then somebody Googled the things to see how much Johnson & Johnson makes, and like they're sitting at a whopping 12.19 billion per day, on top of like a 10% increase. So
they got slapped on the wrist. But then also I think they're not allowed to be in the pharmaceuticals game anymore. So wait.
Were they giving out niggas vaccines?
That's what I have written down. I'm like, they were in the vaccine game though. Like they were administering vaccines, yeah? Well, hold on. They're not the only ones that are getting hemmed. Apparently it's like a bigger thing, and what they're doing is they're just settling with the little pennies that don't look like pennies, because it's just pennies for them.
Yeah.
All over the state. But like you said, there's that whole like big thing going on in Europe, and it's not just them. There's gonna be a whole bunch of like the whole pharmaceutical industry is like being implicated in this like opioid crisis thing and how they were fueling it. And it still is the same thing, like vaccine niggas, like niggas who share labs with people that were making vaccines and shit. And like they switched jobs, and like those are the places that they switched. Ew. But y'all trust them. Cool. I'm gonna just sit over here and see what happens. That's all I'm asking for, is some time to sit down and see what happens.
Yes. So moving forward, I know we want to discuss just the world's response to minors, and you know, just what's happening in that crypto space right now and how they're just coming for all the mans with the tech and they're like, y'all can't make no more.
Right? It's like, we will thwart you today.
Right?
I think it's an interesting move. I feel like we're in the Matrix, and like the crypto space just kind of, and the DeFi space just kind of show us that like the Matrix was definitely a real thing. But these government bodies, like we've now seen what they do. You know what I mean? Like they criminalize something, they demonize it, and either it's just a scapegoat.
Roll it out and make bread.
That part, you know what I mean? Like secretly, most of these people are like low-key have the plan or already have started to hedge their business transactions or their funds with crypto, and they're not telling people these kind of things, but they're going on the record and they're making it seem like something you don't want to do.
Exactly.
It's so interesting. Like it's already becoming so polarizing. It's like the crypto people versus the non-crypto people. Like who do you listen to?
Yeah, for real. I think I'm gonna watch all the Matrix again, like over this weekend. Every time I watch it, something else always like pops out to me anyways. And it's great thinking content. Like when I'm just thinking about something, but I'm not like doing it yet. I like to, there's certain stuff I like to watch. And then by the time I'm done, I'm like, I know exactly like, or it helps just to get the creative juice going. Hence Oracle. Right. Kelly, you look so great today. You look great all the time. But like, I really love this look.
Thank you.
And then like
the like black on black.
Yeah, and the beads and the accents and yeah, all the things. All the things. Yeah, I think that's it for Pineapple Fruit this week. So I know we did want to follow up with the Jay-Z Dame Dash, but there was an article that I was reading with something was like Jigga right now has something open on the auction, and I just really want to like finish reading and kind of see how that pans out because I think it's supposed to close July 1st tomorrow. So I just wanted to like get a full thing and then we can come back and really like discuss it because it's an ongoing thing. So that brings us to a play on Vogue.
Oh wait, I was supposed to do my dance. Yeah. Play on Vogue for this week. So I really need to be nicer to people on set and just get to know who they are. Just so I can like remember that bypass game. So tagging on to what we spoke about last week.
Okay.
I don't even remember where we were last week when I spoke about like the nature of like microaggressive tendencies in the workplace.
Yeah.
And like how I usually navigate them, but also where I'm at currently, which is kind of like which is an outright, I don't really give a fuck, but if you give me this energy, like I'm just slapping it. I'm like, you're going to get it right back. It's not mine. I'm leaving it with you. But also it speaks to the lack of pride that people take in their job. So like I said, don't remember where I was in that whole process in dealing with my handler. So now that's how I'm going to refer to that person.
Okay.
And it just sucks when you have no choice but to get that way in order for people to understand that you need something done. You know what I mean? Like I can sit on the show and say, I reamed her. I'll post it that I reamed her. Just because I feel like I have a knack of reaming people. Like, and I position to be as microaggressive as I chose to be with her. Is basically how I handled it. But like, I don't like doing that. I despise microaggressions. and just like how you almost how easy it could be to get drawn out of your lane. So I had to call her once again, and she continues to say the same thing. Oh, I don't know why I can't get a hold of you. Like every time I text you, I've been texting you, and I just can't seem to get a hold of you. And I'm like, only texting? Yeah, but I mean, I text and I try. I don't know why. Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about. You left before we could speak about blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I had a really busy day. I was just like, it's not my day. I also had a busy day. You saw me on set.
Facts.
Okay, cool. So we got through that. She's like, oh well, can I get your email address? Blah blah blah. She kind of looked like she was about to start acting square.
Yeah.
She still stink. I don't care. We're not friends. I get the information that I need. She emails it to me. Cool. I take a week, not because I feel like I should, just because things were getting hectic and I basically had to build an invoice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, I have to build an invoice, but let me make sure that I have everything on point, because these types of situations are where they tell you, oh, well, you didn't put this, or they insist that you spell one fucking letter of your name wrong, and that's why they couldn't give you your money. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I get it. It's business.
As long as the last name is correct, you're good to go. Yeah.
You know what? I gave you a branch number, I gave you an institutional code, and I gave you an account number.
Yeah.
You're saying like, you're good to go now, sir. When it comes to paying me, like, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Like, run the numbers. Yeah, it's just one. I keep coming back to like, yo, you're gonna have to retrain yourself on kind of like how to be hard towards those things where they don't bother you so much anymore. Like because you're gonna have to allow like your emotional intelligence to handle those people, so you don't have to get into like. So if you're trying to be on me, let me be on you now, and let me put it out here now.
Exactly.
But it's like when someone doesn't outright deal with you the way that they're thinking about you, they make it so that you can't really hold them accountable to what they're doing. And that's the space that it put me in, where it's like this girl's just like kind of like, in my opinion, she shat on my name. But that's a personal thing too. Like that is an emotional tie, because she did it directly to Catherine. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been to me and that's it. And you have Caffrey coming to me saying, whoa, wait, so are you even going to be available? And I'm just like, whoa. Like, I've been doing so long. And I remember my fairy godmother, my mom's friend from the industry for so long. And she I remember her pulling me up when I was like 16. And it was like, yo, when you go to an audition or a casting, or you get sent out to see a client who's going to book you for their magazine or whatever, you go 15 minutes early. For a job, 15 minutes early. You make sure that you show up for the time that they say. And you know I'm bad with time.
Yeah.
Okay. October.
Okay.
Ain't never gonna be on time for anything ever. Not even our own funerals. But you know,
we really try. We really do though.
And when you're doing that effort and you actually like, and I kept that because I was like, shit, for me who's shit with time, she gave me a way to actually try and manage that. You know what I mean? And you're gonna diss me, and you're gonna do petty things that kind of just make it so that I don't necessarily get paid on time, or maybe there's a hiccup in me getting paid, and it's like, oh well, these kind of things happen all the time, and I'm like, but they're only happening because I came to set Black and capable, you know. And it's just like, it's an ongoing saga, but also it's present day 2021. And these are the things that I've learned from, when did I start? 16. I don't remember what year I was 16.
So they still haven't paid you?
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't, because I don't even think they're finished rapping. But that, let's abbreviate.
So is that how it works? Because I don't.
Yeah. So I gave them
know.
a choice based on the parameters she gave me. She gave me like an example for all the information that they need. She gave me whatever she needed to give me in order to create it. And I just give them that. It gets to their accounting department and they run it. She is literally just a hiccup. She is supposed to gather up the information. But those are the ones that will catch the glass in their eye and do some fuck shit to your file, to whatever you're working on. They did the same thing to me when I was on my way to fucking Bermuda and I needed to get a COVID test. The way they got reamed out, almost didn't touch my flight. And it was one of those when the girl asked me where I was going, I kind of felt it and like my instinct said, lie to her. But my spirit was just like, I don't fucking feel like lying. So I didn't lie to her. I told her where I was going. And it's one of those like, oh, you're going, must be nice. You're just where you were going. And I was just
Hater.
Like, and once again, it was somebody who would fall into the category of a model minority. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, the experience of having another woman of color snap from my face hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. And it's not because of you. It's because I don't think it's right. But when they came for your face, I told them not to come for your face too. Well, what? But yeah.
Oh my gosh, is this deja vu? No, you just said it earlier. Where it's just like, instead of like way back. I know, I was like tripping for a second. I was like, oh my God. But it's one. But like, no, just on what you were saying, where it's just like, yo, the goal is not to single me out as another female to be like, yo, look at this girl. It's to, you said it so perfectly earlier, but to like coach me, like help me, like, teach me, okay, you don't wear this underwear with this because it will show the lines. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Nah, 1,000. So what's the outcome going to be? You just have to now wait, or that part has now been solved?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to like go down a whole rabbit hole with this lovely girl and get back in touch with her in maybe like 2 to 3 weeks just to see what's going on. No big deal. That's just gonna be an email. What I had to do is I created the invoice and I thought about it. I was like, okay, so this is something that like I'm giving you to tell you and your account, not even you, my girl, but your accountant, what I want them to do. So I put in all the information that they needed. Luckily for me, I had set up some form of invoices on my Google Sheets. So like I already had like formulas in. I didn't have to sit down and figure out like tax and blah, 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 blah. I just plugged in the numbers in it.
Plugged in, thank God.
Right? And low key, I was just like really saying, yo, there's places where you put in the work and it shows for you in those places. I need to put in the work in other places, but I put in work there. And I'm just kind of like, I'm not presenting myself as somebody who's not a professional. And
and that's what irks me as a Black person in the professional settings. I'm coming in as professional. I'm not acting regtech. So stop trying to deal with me like I'm regtech.
Like that's exactly, I was literally just about to say that. Like,
sorry.
Come on. No, but like, I'm feeling like there's feelings now. Like I'm feeling that. That's exactly what I was just about to say. It's just, this is 24 years of experience. And I just, you haven't been alive for as long as I've had experience in this industry that you're trying to like scrape your way up in. So please, you know what I mean? And like, I didn't come at you like that. I came at you like, hey, I'm ready to work. This time is the time that you're telling me to come. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I didn't realize that the streetcar was being repaired. So I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna be probably about 10 minutes late. I'm not even 10 minutes late because I'm around the corner, but I didn't know where I was going. So you know what I mean? I'm
Always give them more than you think.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Just in case.
I definitely learned that as well. Yeah.
But I'm giving all these things as somebody that you're working with, and your response to me is microaggressions and, oh, I don't really give a fuck if you get paid, or like, oh, you, like, why are you calling me? Like, I tried to text you. Did you call my phone?
Well, this is why AI is going to take all their jobs.
Yikes. Don't feel sorry. I'm not. Like, we got to do better. If you wanted to do better, your energy would be better. You wouldn't be sitting down with the old system, acting like it works for you. Now, for me, I was like, all right, cool. What I would really want is for you to pay me in E. So here, when they said you had to specify the currency that you wanted to be paid in, and I was like, CAD or ETH or ETH. Here's my wallet. Like, here's the info to get to my wallet. And then at the very bottom as a footer, I was just like, let's be harmonious. The lying has to stop. Period. Please do not be the reason my bread stops on the way to me.
Period.
Nothing rude, but like
just letting you know.
Just letting you know. And that goes to anybody that works for your company. Specifically, yes, for you, my girl. Because when you open it, you're gonna have to sit there and say, does she have all the information? Or you're gonna have to send it off. But either way,
you know I do.
But either way, you are now gonna be more aware of the fact that you're the first point of contact for this entire company. Whoever you're representing, now it's known that you represented yourself in a negative way. Nobody has to talk to me about it, but now everybody has to know how they're going to address my case or my file, whatever it is, or my voucher or my invoice. Like, you know how you're going to approach it. You're going to approach it on some, did we do something?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. By way of your representative, yes, you did.
You did, yeah. And just being a receptionist, admin jobs, I've always been aware of those things. Though sometimes you may feel like low level or your boss tries to make it, you're not. You are the first point of contact for a company, which is a huge deal.
Huge, massive. Like, everything rides on how you present yourself to people you don't give a fuck about.
Exactly that. Wow.
So yeah, like, the song is gonna continue. I sent her invoice. I waited 4 hours. I called her, and she tried to be on some old, I'm in Jamaica. And I said, that's great. Does that mean that there's gonna be a delay on you getting my money to me? And she said, no, because we haven't finished wrapping. Everything will be sent in as soon as that particular project. I was like, as soon as she said, I was like, that's all I need to know. That's awesome.
I guess I always say they go to Jamaica as if we went to the same Jamaica. Bye.
I don't care where you're at. I said, I sent you an email, and what I had to show her is like, well, I mean, there hasn't, I sent that 4 hours ago, and there hasn't been an out of office reply yet. And my point to that is, you might be in Jamaica, but you're at work, no matter where you are right now.
Period.
And that's what and that's why I was like, is there gonna be a delay in my bread getting to me though? And she had to say no and explain, like, and this is how we should be interacting, with you giving me reasons for why things are what they are, as opposed to just trying to not communicate with me. And now you're gonna have to deal with me. But also, if she had opened her email by that point in time, she would have seen that whether or not she was out of the country, I requested an alternative contact. Because I'm like, if I have to get into it with you, because I am being a little petty, the microaggressive, like, I've had to really think about how many microaggressions I've had to deal with in life, and I am a little bit bitter about it. So
I would be too.
So when lost my train of thought, it would be killer if that didn't happen. Either way, like, we need to do better.
We do.
So I'm asking for better. Like I said, unfortunately, I had to be a little bit petty with her about it, but at the same time,
no, it's needed. It's needed.
And that's how I felt about it. I was like, you know what?
For the next Black girl.
That part. And like, if I wasn't actually being treated like this for like a specific negative reason, maybe I could say that, but I'm just like, no, somebody needs to get put in place right now. Like, you need to be realigned. I don't really care about the system, but like you're making room right now.
Exactly.
Whether you think you are or you're not, like you're going to make room. So baby girl's in Jamaica. I told her that's like literally as soon as she gave me the information that I wanted, I was like, that's awesome. Called her by her first name and said, enjoy your time in Jamaica, and hung up the phone. I did not even give a fuck what else she had to say. I was like, I'm so glad this is over. But what she doesn't know is I'll holler at her in 14 to 21 days, not business days.
Facts. Period.
Until you give me that other contact that will say, hey, this is where it is. This is how it's going down. This is who you call. Don't call here. Don't call before at this time. That person who's actually going to tell me what my meat and potatoes are, where my facts are, so that I'm not out here just saying, so what? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
On a day that I could have stayed home. But thanks for the money. Like, thanks for the bread. Thanks for the paper.
I say thank you for shit. I earned that. And that was something else. Hillary, we could talk about this forever because both you and I have had like shitloads of jobs. Because we're forever on our grind. And yeah. I'm not thankful. I'm not whatever. When I was taking 2 hours to get to this motherfucking job and then working 13 hours, then to go home to work 2 hours, sleep home for 4 to 5 hours, come back and do it again. No, I'm not begging you nothing. I'm not waiting for you another 2 weeks for you to get me my coins. You're going to get all the signatures because everybody's at work today and I want to now. Period.
My girl Heather, she used to have this thing where like if that didn't get them going at some point, she just slided. So based on the amount that you have, can we just bypass all that and go straight to petty cash?
And they try to insult you as if like you're gonna say no. Money is money, bro. Don't try to insult me because you got your cards and things. Oh, we can just get it from the petty cash. Yeah, go right ahead. Where's the key? You need me to get it?
She would tell them. She would ask them if they weren't responding on what they can do for her on when they were gonna get it. She's like, yo, based on the amount, you can go into petty cash right now and we can call this a whole entire day.
There's no courses teaching you that. And these are just all things that we've had to learn as young Black entrepreneurs and people just in the workplace. And that's why I'm like, what you did and what you're doing is so important, you know, because for the next Black girl that maybe is not educated or whatever, or a lot of us are still operating as if we are a slave master. And like, how many times have I been at jobs or places and be like, yo, my girl, you have rights. This is not you dealing with your parents or whatever. Like, you have rights. Talk up. Yeah, they're gonna try and shun you and microaggression, but you have certain rights that niggas gotta apply for. So you speak up for yourself.
Yep.
And I had to also learn calling into work or booking vacation days does not mean I have to tell you what the fuck I'm doing. I'm booking the day. I don't have to justify that to you. And legally, by you asking me is actually a problem. I said I'm booking a vacation day. Your job is just to say yes or no. And more times I'm not even asking because I know how when I ask what's the criteria for getting it done, and you're like, as long as no one else has that time booked, anyone can go. Well, according to this employee calendar here that you have set up, I can go outside. So what's up?
Do you know how many awkward moments I've had with managers off of that alone? Where they'll be like, oh, a vacation day, so you're going anywhere? No.
Yeah, like, but I had to learn that. My dumbass is always telling my business because I'm so used to being conditioned with my mom and things like that, where I was just like, when niggas put me on, I was like, yo, you don't, like, actually, like, when you say you're going to the doctor, you don't even tell them what the fuck was discussed. You don't need to do any of that.
So, like, I'm gonna give you a real story.
Is your play on Vogue?
So life is real. Things don't always work out the way you think it is. Like, if you're trying to survive, you'll learn that you do have your boundaries, but like anything within that, you're gonna go hard in the paint to get them. And really, I have to take in the fact that those are the times that I put myself. Well, y'all actually put me through university. So there was a point in time when I was on welfare, and What were we talking about before?
I just shared a story of like job and booking vacation time and like going
Okay,
to
right.
yeah.
So my first job in was at the Italian restaurant that baby girl used to work at.
Okay.
And I needed to get a pay stub or something like that to send to the welfare people.
Mm-hmm.
Say like, yeah, I'm working, whatever, I'm integrating, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, yeah, I just need to get another one from you because everybody went electronic, and I was just like, I can't access the system, so can you give it to me? Because I just need to give it to these people, but they don't know what I'm asking for it. So I'm in the manager's office, and I asked for it, and they gave me the whole, well, you know, you can get it online. I don't know how to access it. Here, I tried. Okay, well, it's not working. Fuck, we don't have time to sit down and put the whole tutorial down. So like, let's give it to you. So they're printing it out, and one of the managers are like, oh, are you moving? Did you need that because you're moving or something? And I just looked at her and I was like, no. And looked back at the dude that was printing it for me, and she was just like, oh.
Like expecting me to embellish. And that's the thing, is Black people were literally conditioned. That's some slave shit that we always gotta, why are you so forthcoming to explaining shit to these people? I don't gotta tell you shit.
But my name,
you know the video, it's like right? You're just both blinking at each other like,
I don't even blink, so I'm like, I'm never gonna tell you.
You like, don't, like, you make it mad awkward.
Yeah, 100%. You should fucking feel the waves. Yo, like, you're unfanned.
Yeah.
Who you asking?
Yeah. You are queen of that shit, for real. I need to, like, I learned from you.
But bro, let's go back to Black girls and their moms. Because when I stopped being afraid of my mom, you can tell me, ask me anything. And if you're out of line, my gauge on it is, could my mom get that out of me right now? Like, if my mom couldn't expect me to just like give her all my business like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I didn't feel like you.
Exactly.
Or we're gonna come to me. I don't even know, but I think I remember your last name. I might not. Like, yeah. And I'm the kind of person where I'm like, I need to know you for at least 2 years to say that I've gotten to know you. You know, like, you don't get to know people in 6 months. I've been working here for like, obviously not that long. If I'm dealing with like these things from transitioning off.
Exactly.
Bitch, why are you in my business?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then if I was to come out and say that, number one, my business would have been all over the fucking restaurant. Like, and when I mean all over the restaurant, I mean all over the corporation.
Oh, I believe you. I don't know.
And then everybody would have just been watching me on some, oh, the Black girl's foreign, she's from the hood. Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah, over there, definitely not.
I am one of those.
Definitely. That energy over there. Yup.
I am one of those. And you know what? I ran your restaurant in a way that your reviews will never, ever, ever be the same again.
Facts.
For those fucking restaurants.
Facts. But was that it for Play on Vogue this week, Killa?
Yep, we're still up in the air. I'm probably not going to have the same updates next week because I'm going to give her some time. Like, I'm just shitting back on her face.
No, this is a live. This isn't even a TBT. This is like a live Play on Vogue. So y'all are getting spoiled, and
sometimes
really,
yeah, and like, it's not really your job to be nice. It's your job to be right for your, like, to advocate for yourself. Like, I look at it and I'm like, that's my food. You're never gonna tell me when and how to eat my food. How do you get me to my food? You know what I mean?
Is that what we're gonna call this episode? That's my food.
That's my food.
Like, you said it, and I was just right away. I was like, if that's this week's episode.
I wait for those captions to roll out. Like, you guys, I'm just like, we're sleeping sexy. Shut up.
That's it. No, that's it. That's my food. Ooh. I have the cover art already.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I somehow hold my fork, that's how I'm holding it then.
Oh, you get 3 dumplings, and me only get 2. Don't worry.
You want me my dumpling?
But don't worry though, that's my food. That's my food.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, you're preaching. You're preaching.
Who are you to come in between that? So, yeah, that's for this week. Who knows when that saga is going to be? Whatever. Understand? We're just talking the talks. Like, there's no way I'm not going to get paid. That's not even possible. Period.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not an option. So like, and like I can sit down and give you a bag of different scenarios that we can go down and how they end with me getting my money, and it's one of those. It's just like, so now we're creating different spaces. If I'm not going back to a 9 to 5,
let's just be honest. We try to be white. They don't accept the whiteness, so then we got to be black.
I just tried to be. I think it's professional. I gave them 100%.
I'm just saying the way I say it, like black people know what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Like, I get it, but it's just like,
hey, I just want to bring this to your attention. For my last email, and then it gets to who your blood clot think you're around with? Like, do you pay my do you buy my bus pass? Do you get my Presto pass? Do you
like when I said, who do you think you're blood clot ramping with? I knew you weren't gonna understand that.
But you understood the energy.
But on top of that, so I knew I was gonna have to follow up with a bag of other questions. You think that was the only fuck shit that was gonna come out of my mouth? Like, you just
I don't want to do that to you.
Right. At that point, and I feel like you're forcing hands, like you're provoking at that point.
Exactly.
And yeah, the instinct is to remove yourself from something that's being provoking. But like I feel like if I do this, I'm falling in line with the precedents that's already been set, and I want new things now, you know?
Exactly.
So I have to move to the new things. And the new things just have me having to move with you, like,
period.
Like you don't know street niggas go corporate.
And just in, like, I'm talking just in, fresh off the press, Bill Cosby to be released from prison after court overturns conviction. So next week, Audie, you know what? Shout out to Cosby.
How can they just ruin our lives?
No. I'm not. You know what? We stand on different sides, but like, all this things going on, and you're telling me Cosby's in jail? Freed up.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, how could you just take a man, throw him in jail, know it's full of fuck shit, and then be like, I don't know who caught them in what, and then you just say, oh, let's free the man. You can go back to your life now. What? We taught you that you have no right to ask for NBC ever again. Now you can go hit these streets. Bye, nigga, bye.
And that's the thing. Because he did have the bag to do it.
That's okay.
And this is what we're talking about. That was a whole nother form of that. Exactly what you're talking about today, where it's just like, I literally opened my phone and it was like the first thing, and I was like, I gotta say this. That's
the way they trashed that man's
name.
But the way they trashed that man's name, knowing he was everybody's surrogate dad. That's what I looked at. I was like, you came for the person that like we tried to reach to.
Meanwhile, all y'all got your uncle dads.
Right? Respect. That's a good point. Y'all should, so it's not always about this. Sometimes it's so left to the right. Yeah.
Y'all got your uncle dads. That's one person.
And like when you have good uncle dads, your uncle dads are like they're definitely coming through and hit team. Like
no. As in, black people, we got our shit, but white people got their shit too. They have a lot of mix up, a lot of things that not necessarily swept under the rug, but as I said, uncle, dad. Like a lot of those situations, you know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, Woody Allen is still out here, but Bill Cosby.
No, I see.
your business.
Yeah. You see, like, my mind isn't set up to think about them. I'm like, but Cosby though, but Cosby. Yeah, no, holy cow, yeah. And you're right.
It's
And
huge.
I heard that getting thrown around a lot when that came out. Like, yo, well, what about this man's? And what about this man's? And I feel like that's where a lot of the landslide came for a lot of those sex offenders. Because it's like shit just started getting dug up.
That's all the lawyer game is, finding a previous case that is on your thing to be like, well, in the law this happened, so based on this, like,
yeah, it's doable.
Wow, what do you think of that, Killa?
What I just said, like, how could you just fuck up a human being's life like that? And at a whim, at a micro, and then like that's your microaggression. That's what I say. Yo, honestly, I throw up prayers for Bill Cosby and his family.
Facts.
And like whatever blessings come to that family by God's grace and mercy, like I give thanks for that. Like just good energy for that. Because that's not good.
Look at the photo these niggas use. Look at the photo.
I love that. He looks like one of the Bayesians after they get like halfway through their bottle, because you know they all bring their own bottles.
Yeah, that I cannot wait to tell Mr. T Ford every chance this nigga gets, he's like, free that man.
Free that man.
But like, real shit, bro, because like, I'm not saying Bill wasn't pilling the things, but just based on the evidence that was given in court and how they were trying to make it seem like this man was going out actively just pilling people, and it wasn't just he was lit and things and outside. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what does that have to do?
All I'm gonna say is like, just remember their positioning, air quotation skills at the Derek Chauvin trial. Remember that. Remember how they just went out and told the most blatant, disrespectful lies to break down the victim's name after they were all dead. So you also have to take that in when you look at what's been said about Bill Cosby. You don't know what he did from what he didn't do, or if he did anything or whatever. And like, granted, nobody's hands are ever fully clean. Like, we're perfect, but be careful. Be careful when you believe certain things. When it's a national tactic, when it's a fucking like countrywide practice to shit on a person's name and defame their character and have people think of ways about them so that you can take their freedom.
No, I'm just like, as we're talking, I'm trying to see if I can see anything else that like that popped up that might have but yeah, wow, like everything you said he was one of the Black men that we could actually say, yo, like how we see Jigga now, you know what I mean? How Will Smith, LL Cool J, I'll even Ice Cube. There's certain Black men that are able to transcend the Joe Rogan, as we'll say, right? Transcend and do things that really help us as a community on a macro level. And as you said, when that nigga was ready to start getting NBC and he was bid to win on some scandal shit, they came for him heavily and with the quickness. So
like always do. And now everybody knows it. Now
paperwork wasn't backed up. All of that. It was just everything. So wow. I'm gonna wait to see this unfold more. It literally just dropped. Because LA that side is like 9, about 10:30 in the morning now. So I wait for like all this to develop. But this is monumental. So June 30th, they finally let Bill Cosby out. And yeah, man, and I was in there with Walker. Didn't they say he's going black? Like, just disgusting. Y'all are nasty for that. But you want to give Derek Chauvin 22.5 enough time that he can come out and have a great time? Nah. Lot of mercy. Well, Kelly, you close out your play on Vogue. I'm sorry I just came with that. I just seen it. I was like, oh my gosh, gotta say it.
You know what? And it's one of those tie-in things. And it's just, I liked that off the strength of, yeah, you see me saying, respect me when I come to my job and you say, you took my life. You took time out of my life. You disrupted my entire family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my reputation that my family was all standing on, you decided to come crumble that. Like they're different in magnitude, but they're the same thing. You know what I mean? It's not okay.
Yeah.
And these are the things that Black people are literally going through on a day-to-day basis. Like this man was a legend. It didn't matter. In fact, it worked against him, but he's a fucking legend.
Facts.
It never escaped me that they came for our archetype. They came for our positive archetype.
Imagine if the dad from Will Smith was alive, how they would have tried to come for that nigga.
You know what I mean? Shit, you don't know if they didn't like slip something. Look at everything that's happening now.
That's how I feel about Dr. Sebi.
Whoa, you thought Dr. Sebi was anything other than?
Nope, but
I was like, you know good and well that's the only. They said he died of complications from diabetes. You fucking disgusting.
That nigga had no mucus in his body.
And that's exactly what I thought. I was like, how though? But what did they feed him?
That nigga was eating their shit.
And that's where I was just like, how? Like, what are you guys talking about? But anything to sully that reputation.
Anything. They never let the Black man leave the scene clean, bro.
Boob slit.
Nice. They never. I've already had my nip slip and nobody caught it, so we're all good.
I'm under boob, like babe, like tits out. When we hashtag tits out, shout out to Georgie, shout out to Rodney, shout out to Kendall. I was looking at your Instagram name. I was trying to remember it. AKA penis. Hashtag tits out. But yeah. So like, what's a little titty?
Yeah, like literally anytime. They never let a Black man just leave the scene clean. They always try to decastrate him or tarnish his reputation so that we don't see them as the even the other day I was listening to this podcast that I enjoy. Shout outs to Weezy and Mandy at Horrible Decisions, and like they were kind of having a back and forth when it came to Dr. Umar and just certain Black representatives we had, and like you can't choose the messenger, bro. Like we knew, okay, of course, Dr. Martin Luther King was definitely not faithful to his wife. Neither was Malcolm X. They were outside. But does that discredit all the things that they did in our community and how radical they were? And it's just like, there's certain things, of course, we're not going to turn the blind eye to. But these niggas are expecting them to be like the slavery perfect version of a Black person and what that's supposed to be to look like for us. And I'm like, niggas, have you looked at these people that white people put on a pedestal or all this? Like, are you just looking at what they told you?
And this is why I continuously have to ask, like, or I'm waiting for Black people to go back to whatever the F they were on 500 years ago. We're still mimicking the slave master, and they are no good.
No good.
Specifically, whatever that system is, I do believe it runs contrary to our way of being, and that's possibly why we're so intuitive. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we all know also because we're built to be one with nature. But like it, I don't know. It's not a thing.
That's right. I think that's a perfect place for us to end tonight. Like that was a great conversation. Yeah, guys, just we don't get to talk about everything in full as we would. Like Killa and I will talk forever. So make very sure to like research things and just we try to give as much topics as we can so you can now go into a rabbit hole and um just do what you're supposed to do. Now,
your due diligence, sir.
yeah. So it was one of my favorite queens' birthday recently. Shout outs to Duchess. Happy birthday to her. So I think we'll close out the show giving some of this.
Big up Duchess. Sorry, I was on the inhale.
Yeah, big her up. One of my favorite tracks from her, Know the Ting, by Duchess. So let's go.
Your business, nigga, know the team. Roll up on this nigga, we got them choppers in the house. In and out, know the team. All that gold is niggas know the style. Know the team, top bomb. I don't win by the thing. Know the team, know the team. Jump and dying for the cheese. Don't spit the front again. No more time, know the team. Know the team, know the team. With the wrist. Bloody block a bitch. Need it on shit.
Yes. So that's all y'all get. And make sure to support our queen and stream her music on all streaming platforms. So special shout out to her and happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed. And she's always showing our podcast love and support. So I deemed it necessary to just give her a special happy birthday. And thank you for just supporting us. And that's what it's about. Queens supporting queens and just adjusting each other's crown and not completely slandering each other and just, giving life as much as we can. Legit.
Word.
Yes. We did it. We did it. All right. So, guys, if you want your official Downtown World merch, be sure to hit up www.downtownworld.com for your official Downtown World merch. And as well, Instagram just added some features, so we're gonna get the things easier. Killa's giving category is a body hair. So Killa, let the people know our other official sponsors for this week.
We have Salt Lacy Skin, glowing beautiful skin, all natural butters and scrubs. Actually, we were looking into that whole shopping thing too, and I'm like, that is exciting. Very, very, very tangible. Love. We also have icy little tings for the waist beads. We got a little waist party going on. I think.
I love it. It's just so good for you.
So we just have to pull it out because those are the Jamaica beads. Oh, big up on ourselves. And then, last but not least, we have Big Killa 4As.com or on IG for the merch, all things artful, NFTs, and such.
And bless you all. We're wishing you a wonderful week. Eat fruit, mind your business. Don't waste no time with negativity and just drink water.
Stay alive. Thrive.